How's it going, guys? I'm Connor from Running Warehouse. I'm here with Nick Hill. He's the product line manager here at Brooks, and what we have is a very special shoe. You probably saw it on the feet of Des Linden at the Boston Marathon. This is the Hyperion Elite. Now, Nick Hill, let us know, what was the inspiration behind this shoe?
Thanks, Connor. So yeah, this is the shoe that Des Linden won the 2018 Boston Marathon in, and she was in the first round prototype, which she got 3 days before the race.
Wow.
So we actually flew them into and hand delivered them to her and Shadrach 3 days before the race. And the inspiration behind the shoe is all about race faster, right? To show up on race day with the confidence that you can compete at the highest level. But also our athletes were telling us that they needed help when it came to the later stages of the marathon, whether their feet felt beat up or their form was breaking down. And so they really were looking for equipment that could help make them race faster and achieve their personal bests and win marathons. And it was great to see, you know, that culmination of that journey with Des winning Boston in 2018. And actually that's been some of the design inspiration that the designers took, because they took inspiration from a comet and a comet's journey through space and its culmination going through and flying through the atmosphere. And so you actually see some of that comet design come through in the upper.
Yeah, well, this race day shoe is looking very, very good. You know, lay it down. What are we gonna have from top to bottom? Midsole, outsole, upper?
Midsole, outsole, upper. Okay, I'll start with the outsole. So overall, one of our biggest targets across the board was to be sub 7 ounces. And that's really important when you think about the weight of a shoe over 26.2 miles. So starting with the outsole, we really strategically placed the outsole in the heel and the forefoot. So we stripped out a lot of the outsole that we would have on a traditional racing flat, but we also went with just 2 millimeters of outsole thickness. That's the thinnest that Brooks has ever been when it comes to an outsole, so that helped save weight. From a midsole consistency, this is a DNA 0 compound, which is the lightest Brooks compound that we have, because the specific gravity is at 0.12. So it is really, really low. Apples to apples, it's 45% lighter compared to Brooks Biomogo DNA. So that really helped us not only get it to be lightweight, but lightweight with a high cushion to weight ratio. The runners wanted something that was going to protect their feet, getting to 16, 18, 20 mile marks. And so we went really high. So we're at 20 millimeters in the forefoot, 28 millimeters in the heel from a midsole stack height perspective. So that was absolutely critical. And then we have a really nice rocker when it comes to helping with that speed and quicker transition. The base in the midfoot is nice and wide, and actually that helps provide some of the support because that's absolutely critical for the runner in the later stages of the marathon. This was inspired also by Brooks's run signature philosophy, which is all about staying in your preferred motion path. And if you can stay in that form and that preferred motion path for longer, you can execute better. And we saw that not only at Boston, but we've seen that in other marathons as well. And then finally, in the upper, this is a mechanical stretch woven. So it's really lightweight, inherently supportive and well structured, but it does have a little bit of stretch to it. So especially in the forefoot, there's a little bit more room, so it's accommodating, and it allows the foot to splay so you can really get leverage when you're pushing off. And the last thing, it does have a propulsion plate in it. And the propulsion plate is encased between 2 layers of DNA 0, and it's 6.9 ounces.
Well, this looks like a fantastic racing shoe. Whether you're an elite runner or just looking to, you know, get a personal best on marathon day, the Brooks Hyperion Elite is going to be the shoe for you. If you're looking to get this shoe on your foot, when can you have it?
So we're going to launch it just before the marathon trials, the US Olympic marathon trials next year, so 2020, just before February 29th, 2020.
Well, perfect. Well, keep an eye out. It'll be available at runningwarehouse.com.